So, Mr. President, last night, Americans once again went to the polls in an election where affordability, how much people have to pay for the things they really need, was the driving issue. A deep red Tennessee district that Trump won by 22 points swung by double digits in Democrats' direction. Mr. President, last night was the latest flashing red light indicating that Americans are fed up with Republican policies, particularly how much they have to pay for the things they really need. Donald Trump doesn't get it. At yesterday's cabinet meeting, Donald Trump once again doubled down on the bizarre claim that the affordability issue is somehow a hoax. Yeah, maybe it's a hoax for a billionaire like him and all his cronies who never have to worry about how much they have to pay for the things they need. But American people have to worry, and worry about it every week when the bills come in and they say my income isn't equal to what I need to buy. And the costs are going up and up and up, in large part, in good part, because of Donald Trump and his administration's policies. So when Donald Trump says that affordability is somehow a hoax, he is on a different planet than the average American. At his cabinet meeting, he called affordability a fake narrative, a con job. He said affordability doesn't mean anything to anybody. What a bubble he's in. He doesn't understand how the average person struggles each week, each month to pay the bills. Of all the ways Donald Trump could respond to people's worry about the high cost of living, he's chosen the worst strategy. He's telling Americans they're imagining things. Donald Trump, a man who lived his entire life in the kind of luxury most people could never wrap their heads around, is pretending the high costs somehow don't exist. A man who is a multi-billionaire and the President of the United States, who's supposed to know what's on people's minds, is telling people that high costs that they pay each week don't exist. Well, their pocketbooks feel it, their wallets feel it, their bank accounts feel it. Maybe things are going great if you're rich like Donald Trump, but for everyone else, things are getting worse, not better, when it comes to paying for stuff. In a recent Axios-CBS poll, half of Americans said food is harder to purchase this year than it was a year ago. That doesn't sound like a hoax, not to people who go to the supermarket every week and have trouble and look at those bills and say, how the hell did they get so high? Sounds rather, not like a hoax, which Donald Trump seems to think it is, but a big problem every week for American families, the high cost of groceries and what they buy at the supermarket. 74% of Americans now say that the economy is either poor or just fair. Consumer confidence, one of the watchwords of how good our economy is going to do in the future, is sinking. This holiday season, the price of an 8-pound bone-in spiral ham is up nearly 50% compared to last year. 50% for a traditional Christmas dish. Beef prices are up 15% compared to last year. Canned vegetables are more expensive because tariffs made the packaging more costly, even when those vegetables are grown here. Even something simple as aluminum foil is up 40% compared to last year. So Donald Trump, hear the American people, affordability, the high cost of paying for things is not a hoax. People are struggling to pay for the things they need. And it's because of Donald Trump and his disastrous policies. His tariffs have effectively taxed each household around $2,000 a year. Tariffs sent retail coffee prices up 40% in September alone. And those tariffs were placed on places like Brazil. We don't grow coffee here in America. So what the hell is there a tariff doing there? Except it's a tax. That's the way Trump taxes people. Tariffs have poisoned American manufacturing. This week, the Wall Street Journal reported that manufacturing has contracted for 9 months in a row. Manufacturing, one of the lifebloods of America, is declining every month for the last 9 months. And what's the reason? Ask manufacturers. Tariffs are the #1 cause. Producers say it's getting more expensive to source the material they need. They simply need to make their products. It's very simple. And then, when it comes for people, things that Americans need, health care is way at the top of the list. Every American knows they want to have health care. God forbid they, their spouse, their loved one, their kids, their parents become ill or sick. They want to know there's some kind of safety net there for them. But Trump and the Republicans don't seem to realize that. In just 28 days, the ACA tax credits are set to expire. Next year, tens of millions of Americans will see their health care premiums skyrocket, 20 million by an average of 114%, those on ACA, and need those benefits, need those credits. And millions more, even on private insurance, are going to pay a whole lot more too. I just had a friend I know who works for a big company, and the company told him that you're going to have to pay $450 more a month for your health insurance because the insurers are charging the health company more, all because of the expiration of the ACA credit. This is not theoretical. Higher premiums mean real pain, real suffering for real people, most of them, in fact, in red states. Yesterday, the American Cancer Society found that virtually every single cancer patient who relies on ACA tax credits, 96%, said they'll struggle to get the care they need if the credits expire. Republicans are literally telling cancer patients, you're on your own. Telling someone from cancer, you're on your own because I want to give tax breaks to billionaires? How un-American is that? How against what Americans need, want, desire is that? Republicans have clearly sent America barreling towards a health care cliff. And the Republicans are divided. Democrats, we're united on health care. One House Republican, though, said that the Republicans are nowhere on health care. That's right. On health care, Republicans are divided, Democrats are united. And the divisions on the Republican side are severe. One day, the White House says they'll release some grand plan to address the problem. The next day, congressional Republicans say hell no and shoot the White House plans down, and Trump backs off. Republicans can't agree on whether to dismantle the ACA or privatize the whole system, or just keep attacking women's health because it plays well with their hard-right anti-choice base. Forget not being on the same page on health care. Republicans aren't even reading from the same book. And while Republicans continue fighting with each other, the American people are left holding the bill. So I've said, as is said many times before, when it comes to health care, Republicans are divided among themselves and divided from what the American people overwhelmingly want. 55% of Trump voters want to restore the ACA credits. Democrats are united on lowering premiums. We're united on lowering costs. We're united on helping Americans pay for the things they need. Republicans, meanwhile, they're paralyzed. Paralyzed by their divisions, paralyzed by their own extremism, and it'll be Americans who will pay the price when premiums go up. And they know who's to blame. They know why.